The executives in charge of Australia's top 4 banks are set to appear before a federal parliamentary committee. The Prime Minister says the experience will hold them to account, but Bill Shorten maintains it's not as good as a royal commission. Here's National Affairs correspondent Greg Jennett.
After the storms, the floods and the blackouts comes more rain and visitors.
It's a tough climate, isn't it?
Malcolm Turnbull and Bill Shorten dropped in on the workers who'd helped an entire state survive a sodden week.
I think we've done a few rescues.
After the visits come the insurers and the financial houses, not only to South Australia, but also to Canberra.
Appearance before the People's representatives in the People's House in Canberra is part of the banking calendar.
Just like Reserve Bank governors, now the chiefs of the big 4 banks have a regular date in Canberra with the House Economics Committee.
This is going to be a very important way of ensuring greater accountability. I think it'll give the banks the opportunity to explain their position.
The idea was conceived only last month.
We believe this is a great opportunity for the banks.
The government's answer to Labor's demands for a royal commission.
No soft touch, softball whitewash in a parliamentary committee is going to stop a royal commission.
We need to ensure that those people within the sector who have behaved in an unscrupulous way are held to account.
In 3 hourly blocks over 3 days, the 4 banks will be held to account for anything from interest rate margins to market manipulations and shonky insurance. But for the critics, the hearings will never stand as a substitute for a royal commission, which, if Labor had its way, would be expanded to look at the overall level of personal borrowings.
Household debt and credit card debt is a ballooning problem in Australia. I don't think this committee is going to get to the bottom of those sort of issues.
Household debt and the ability to repay it will also be on the Reserve Bank Board's mind when it meets tomorrow. Greg Jennett, ABC News, Canberra.